They're gonna automatically turn my camera on. Oh, it didn't. Cool.
All right, we are back. We are back with another installment of Why Call of Duty Sucks. Let's be real here.
Dun dun dun.
Let's be real here, guys. Why does Call of Duty suck?
Because of Activision's greed.
Vision's greed. We're gonna touch topic on that. What about you, Elk? Why does Call of Duty suck?
I think they took a turn for the worse with this Omni movement bullshit and getting rid of the original 2019.
Okay, we're gonna touch on those two topics. I like that. What about you, Firey? Why does Call of Duty suck?
The progression system. If it had stayed like Black Ops 2, it would have been fun.
That's
Yeah,
fair.
I agree with that.
That's fair. We're gonna talk about that too. What about you, Scythe?
The fact that Activision thinks it's acceptable to keep reskinning the same bullshit ass game in different eras of fucking time and telling it's different and selling it for $80 every year.
I like those topics.
Very good point.
That is a very good point.
That's a good point.
Like,
The yearly
shit.
releases need to stop too with Call of Duty.
Okay, pause that.
I think
You're
we need
gonna
to
take
talk.
shower.
I think we need to start there. Like, I think Scythe just brought up the first topic we should talk about with this.
Yeah.
Because, like, me personally, I was gonna say the skins, man.
My God, don't even get me started on the gay ass skins. You can play as Nicki Minaj.
Okay, I have the Nicki
Can I say
Minaj skin.
something on that?
Okay, I have the Nicki Minaj skin, but I agree with the whole skin shit because, like, why are people that have never played the fucking game before, like, part of the skins that you can buy? Like, why are people buying their way into Call of Duty to make more money for themselves? Like, why is that a thing? Because that's what's happening with skins.
Like,
Did
Kinda
you
like
guys realize? So the skins, if you buy multiple skins, it'll put you in easier lobbies, so you can promote those skins.
mm-hmm.
Yeah,
That's
that's true.
stupid.
That's EOMN.
That is ridiculous.
Skill-based
And that's in the fine print,
matchmaking, more like
I love this.
skin-based matchmaking.
Dude,
Yeah,
Exactly.
that too.
for real. And honestly, the other thing is why does it feel like the skins that I'm buying, it feels like there's a new one every week, but you still have to go through the gauntlet of trying to pull it out. Like, we're fucking gambling COD points now for skins. What happened to just being able to buy the fucking skin with the COD points I bought? Like, when did we have to start gambling for this shit to try and get them?
I wouldn't know about that because I stopped playing COD like 3-4 months ago. Like, literally, yeah, I stopped playing COD because I can't stand playing the same shit over and over again. Like, Black Ops 6 is fucking Vanguard, just in a new era, and you can't change my mind.
Yeah, that's
Say
true.
definitely not.
But
It's the same thing.
Vanguard was just...
Bro, it's like Vanguard every day, bro. It feels nothing like Vanguard.
I've played Vanguard since the day it came out. I was in top
So did Michael
50
and I.
of the clans for the shit. It's the exact same game, just how World War II and Vanguard are exactly like Cold War. They're all the same
You're
game.
lying.
No,
I
I'm
know
not.
you didn't just say that.
Yes, I did. Yes, I did.
No,
I did.
you didn't. No.
Play
you
Vanguard
didn't.
Zombies and then go play Forsaken and tell me I'm wrong.
That's true.
Okay, fuck you. Fuck you.
I'm right. I'm right.
Okay, so are you specifically talking about the zombies aspect?
No,
or
I'm
the
talking
multiplayer?
about the whole thing itself. Just because you add
Same.
1 or 2 more codes to a game to change an ADS mechanic or to change a strafing mechanic does not mean you are changing the whole game in itself, and it means you're just reskinning the game in a new fucking era.
I agree with that.
Okay.
Okay, that makes more sense. I can agree with
Okay.
A lot, but you know what?
I should have went more into depth with it, but they're all the same fucking game with a little bit more coding and a different fucking era.
see that. I can see that. 'Cause that's
The
true.
Modern Warfare and Black Ops era needs to end. They need to innovate and change.
They tried that, and guess what? Everybody got pissed, and then everybody loved the game, and then they just completely scrapped the game. Let's be realistic. The best COD that was really ahead of its time and what it was trying to do, you can't change my mind on this. It was Ghost. Call of Duty
Yeah,
Yes.
that.
was what
Yeah,
I
I
wish we
agree.
would have had a continuance of. I wish we would have got Ghost 2. I wish we would have got the continuance of Extinction, because they were on to something with that. I preferred to play Extinction over Zombies, personally. And I love Zombies. But I loved it. I fell in love with Extinction, too. Just because of the way the game was. It felt more challenging, but it felt like there was an actual objective to do. With yes and Zombies, there is the objective, but like unless you know all the steps, and up until recently they didn't tell you none of the steps. You just had to listen to be like, was that a ding, or did I fuck up and have to restart?
Yeah,
Right?
that's true.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
thought
I
that
know what
was
you
With
mean.
Ghosts,
innovative
they
as
also
fuck.
set it up perfectly for another game,
Hmm.
with the ending of the campaign being such a cliffhanger as well.
I know. But man, even the way that like the maps were too, though. Like think about the way the maps were like interactive and actually moved.
Oh, the
and
dynamic
changed.
elements on them when you dropped certain kill streaks and stuff like that.
It was amazing. Like that game was ahead of its time, and I think as a community, as both gamers in the community and specifically like the Call of Duty scene, I think we all got robbed of a fantastic campaign, a fantastic multiplayer that would have been like probably the best one out today. Like
Yeah, I agree.
in exchange, we got two companies that both produced the same fucking game at war with each other for stupid reasons, because they're trying to see who can one up each other for the last 20 years, like almost 20 years. What's it, 2007 the first Call of Duty came out with multiplayer?
No, the original Call of Duty games had multiplayer, but they weren't popular.
Well, yeah, that's true, because COD 2 definitely had multiplayer, because I remember playing on like the PlayStation 2 like link. Remember like the weird internet link you had to have on the PlayStation 2
Yeah,
to play online? I do remember that.
Call of
But
Duty 4 Modern Warfare was the one that revolutionized Call of Duty.
yeah,
It
COD
put it
4
in the map,
was the
put
good
it on the
that
map.
and World at War.
Yeah, that and World at War.
Like, well, honestly, really, man, COD 2 really changed how the FPS was made. COD 3, more people started playing Call of Duty, but by the time COD 4 came out, COD 3 was really big, and people need to give it its flowers for once. Like,
Yeah.
what's up, Moo? How's it going? But like, honestly, because without COD 3 being as popular as it was, the population would have never accepted COD for the innovation of what they were trying to do.
Yeah, I agree.
Personally,
like-
I personally think that if they actually gave the COD developers longer to develop the game and more creative freedom, it would become a better game again. Because you look at the development
Yeah.
time on the recent CODs compared to what it used to be.
Dude, it
Because
used to be
we
like
used
2
to
or
have a
3
3-year
years.
cycle. And
Yeah,
now
we used
it's 1 year every year.
Yeah, they try to claim that it was 4 years that they made Black Ops 6, but it wasn't. It was only a year.
Take
And
them
plus
way
they're
longer.
making Black Ops 7 too as on top of that, which that's coming out.
Yeah, that's gonna be
They
terrible.
teased that. Yeah, they teased it and it
They-
got like
they
30
really
million views on YouTube, which they bought like bots to do that.
Oh, I guarantee it. At the end of the day, Activision will do anything to get their revenue up and
Yeah.
get news out about a game and get it hyped again. Because it's the
Yeah.
same thing every year with it. With you get a new game, you're hyped for it. Then after season 1, maybe season 2 for a diehard, it's then dead. Then you get the announcement mid to late year of the COD being out, that the next COD is out, and then you get excited again. You go back to the game, you start playing to keep your skills active, to then realise it's just going to be a massive flop again.
Yeah.
And that's what a lot of people are going through every year.
Yep, the COD cycle.
That's why I stopped.
No one really wants the same thing every year.
playing.
Everyone,
I don't.
everyone's just hoping for something new.
See,
Not even hope.
the moment they realized that they were flopping with the yearly releases was when they had everyone pay $117 for Vault Edition for Black Ops 6 7 months before they released
Did
the
that,
game.
dude.
And then 3 months after they released everything to us, they dropped the shit for free on fucking Game Pass because the
Yeah,
beta
that's
play
odd.
for it failed because people didn't like Elk brought up, the omnidirectional movement. That shit fucking tanked the plays for the beta for
Mhm.
Black Ops 6. That's why they put
It
it
was
for
so
free
fucking
on
clunky.
Game Pass.
I'm kind of used to the Omni movement now, but it is clunky.
No, in beta, it was really, really bad.
Yeah, I
It was
remember
really
that. I
bad.
played the
It was
beta.
horrible.
And the beta was also played with cheaters because they had to cheat out that day for the beta.
Yeah, I remember that. The game's even worse.
Well, yeah, there's no reason someone should do a 360 spin like a flopping dolphin off of a fucking railroad car and quick scope me when I haven't even got out my spawn, bro. Like, no. No.
Well, I mean,
Like, it's possible, but first day for a beta? No.
well, I mean,
Mm-mm.
yeah. I'm just gonna be real. You might be right. You might have just ran into the sniping community because there are
Nah.
people that do that. But there's some demons that
I know there's people that do that, but there's not people that only do that for every match. You know what I'm saying?
People
Like,
in my lobbies are using
there's
the
a
Omni
point.
movement.
There's a point where, like, you know someone's cheating, and you know someone's not cheating.
That's fair. That's fair. It also depends on what you're playing. Like if you're playing like search and it's like last and you see everybody trick shotting, then yeah, you're gonna assume that every kill is gonna be a trick shot for last. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I feel like they've made it a lot harder to do trick shotting.
I have. Just sniping in general from where it was in COD 2 sniping to where it is now. They've been slowly trying to destroy the sniping scene for so long.
Yeah, because,
Yeah.
like, bro, Black Ops 2, like, people used to do fucking titty knacks and all the other stuff, bro. You can't do that shit no more. It's almost impossible.
You didn't have character animations back there. You didn't have like
No.
you had weapon animations and shit, but if a motherfucker was coming up to you, bro, you could stop that weapon animation, and if you were halfway through it, it didn't matter. If you pulled that other mag out and you were going to put it in your gun, bro, and you went ADS, that mag's already in your gun and you can dump someone. You can't do that nowadays, bro.
Yeah, I know.
Like if you switch your gun halfway through a mag switch and you go back to that gun, it's gonna be right in the same ass fucking little fucking animation where you left off. So if your fucking hands across your chest and you're holding your rifle, your hand's gonna be across your chest when you're holding your rifle if you go back from using your sight on. And I'm sorry, me personally, if I want to play games like that, which I do, I'm gonna go play Gray Zone. I'm gonna go play Arma Reforger. I'm gonna go play Squad. I'm gonna go play actual milsim games that I'm already expecting
Battlefield
that
6?
shit to happen. You know what I mean?
Battlefield 6 might kill Call of Duty.
Like this
Like,
is a hot
actually.
take. Like this is a hot take. But a lot of people call Call of Duty a milsim. It's not a milsim. It's an arcade shooter.
Yeah, I know
Yes,
it's an
it
arcade
is.
shooter.
Yes, it is.
It's
It
not
is an
a
arcade
milsim. It was never a milsim.
If you guys notice, too, every few years when a new Battlefield comes out, it will overtake COD.
Yeah, I
Yep.
noticed that.
Because everyone takes their time with their games.
Yeah. They actually care about their player base other than Activision. Activision doesn't give a shit about the player base. I feel like Activision thinks the player base is money and just
Well, they
dollar
do.
signs.
Well, they definitely do. Like that's their whole mentality. That's why they're able to release a COD like every year because they're like
Yeah.
gonna buy it and they're just gonna buy it anyway. So what does it matter? And we do.
Yeah.
We all just end up buying it anyway.
Well, it's not just the player base they don't care about; it's also the developers. Have you
Yeah.
heard about
Give
some
me
of the
1 second,
reports
guys. I
from
will
the
be back
developers that
momentarily.
some of the developers have been reporting burnouts and stuff like that, just from trying to keep to deadlines just to get a little bit of the game done. And half the time, when they don't hit their deadlines, they'll then say, "Oh well, we're going to do a mass layoff."
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
that's
facts.
So
Come back to this though, because actually, no, we're not going to come back to this. We're going to continue on this because no, you're right, Fire. Like, how can a company expect their developers to release a decent game that's going to sell when they don't give them a proper time frame to work the game?
that's why Call of Duty launches with so many bugs and problems day one.
they don't even have the proper team there to do the alpha testing. They have to outsource it. Like, how can you call yourself a AAA game if you do not have a proper team that's developing the game?
Right? Like,
The fact that Treyarch has to outsource a quarter of the work to Raven just to get a game to a point where it's actually openable. I wouldn't even call it playable because half of the games that they're releasing now, day one, is a buggy mess. You open it, you go into a match. Oh wait, the shaders are preloading because on your side you're basically running the server through their cloud web system. It's anything to save money with them guys.
Yeah.
And Treyarch has blatantly said they don't like how Activision is treating them since they bought them out.
Yeah. I feel bad for Treyarch. Treyarch used to be good back in the day.
Same with him. It's the same with Infinity Ward.
Yeah, that
All
too.
of them have all said how Activision treats them is like a dictatorship.
I bet. Like, you know what I really wish they would do? I wish Infinity Ward, Activision, and Raven would honestly just leave and form like a united company to work on God and just, you know what I mean? Because if you take all three of their styles and made one game, dude, that game would be phenomenal. And you just made it once every like 3 years, they would sell so hard. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, that's
Personally,
true.
what I think we need more in COD in general, I think the campaigns need to be more flourished.
Exactly.
The fact that you can sit down, have like 3 or 4 hours free, and finish the campaign in one hit, that shouldn't be the case. I remember when campaigns would take a day and a half to finish if you were sat there all the time playing it.
Well, see, that's what I really liked about Raven. Raven's campaigns were like really good.
Well, Ghosts is the prime example of it because they were the people developing the campaign.
It was a beautifully put game.
Yeah.
Modern Warfare 2, the original Modern Warfare 2, was also a beautifully put campaign. Which
yeah, I loved that campaign.
I thought they did a great job with it. Like, I thought the animation team did a great job. I had thought that the way that they told the story throughout the game was actually really good because you saw the character development from the original Modern Warfare into Modern Warfare 2. You could actually see the character development expanding on these characters. And even same with like Black Ops. From Black Ops to Black Ops 2, you could see the characters growing and building. You know what I mean? It was really good.
Yeah. The golden era of Call of Duty was just peak and good. Nowadays, just fucking terrible.
I'm pretty sure there's more people playing Medal of Honor than there is Call of Duty.
Yeah, and I thought Medal of Honor died.
I thought so too.
The thing is, we didn't know we were in the golden days when they were here.
Yeah, that too. People don't realize.
Those were the good days.
Yeah.
And I will say this, I'm not gonna lie, if they remaster Black Ops 2 or any of them, like Black Ops 2, Black Ops 1, MW3, any of them, like properly remaster them, not just reskin. Because you look what they've done with the Modern Warfare series already. If they tried to actually just remaster the game to make it to modern standards, it's going to turn out terrible because they'll put microtransactions in. They'll probably bring the loot boxes back from Black Ops 3, where you have to pay loads for the weapons you want. And
I didn't like that system.
No, it was like that in Black Ops 3 and Infinite Warfare, and then they scrapped it after that.
Yeah, it started with Advanced Warfare, the supply drops.
I didn't play that game, so I wouldn't really know.
Yeah, I played it. That's how they started. It started in Advanced Warfare, and then it just continued, and then they scrapped it.
The only thing on that game I ever touched was the campaign, and that campaign was still a really good campaign.
Yeah, that was a good campaign.
Once, literally, after Black Ops 3, the campaign started going downhill.
Yeah.
I agree with that.
And I think what Call of Duty needs is an open world campaign. Open world where you actually requisition the stuff to make it to your next location. So let's say you're in Cairo, for instance, and you need to be in London for your next operation. You have a set amount of time to requisition a jet to get you there, sort of thing. And you have to actually requisition all your gear. I think
Yeah.
that would be one hell of a campaign.
They tried that with Modern Warfare 3, and people didn't like it. They got backlash.
And
But
you know
how
what I
they
would
did
like
it
to
with
see
them
COD do?
was it was like an afterthought on the campaign because it was the
Yeah.
additional extra missions. If they did that
Yeah.
for the entirety of the campaign, where you could actually fail plot points because you've not made it there, they could drastically change the story. It'd be honestly amazing to see. Like, let's say you've got to go stop a terrorist attack in, let's say, Lisbon, for instance, but you're in DC and you can't actually get a plane there in time. Then, for instance, the terrorist group hits this terrorist attack, and that completely changes the rest of the story.
That'd be sick, but I doubt Activision's gonna do that.
It's too much work for them.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, they won't do it because it's not profitable for them to do it. Because
Yeah.
for them, they'd rather put money into Warzone and put money into multiplayer, where 3/4 of the player base sits just doing the same old thing every year.
Yeah, I agree. Any thoughts, anyone?
Oh yeah, tons of thoughts. First off, you know what I would like to see come back with like the campaigns in Call of Duty?
What's that?
I want a more interactive campaign again. Not a campaign where it feels like, you're just on like a preset line. Because most campaigns are always a preset line at the end of the day. But I wish they would restructure how they made that line, if that makes sense.
A campaign where you can basically break free from the original set line and change it.
Kind of.
So sort of like with the ending of Cold War and stuff like that.
Yeah.
That was a weird ending to that.
You guys ever played Ghost Recon?
Yes.
Yes.
That game, that's the story and the way you deployed on missions and all that is exactly what Fire's been talking about. They did all of that. Splinter Cell did that as well. No one paid attention. Everyone should have paid attention to how Ghost Recon was doing it and how Splinter Cell was doing it instead of buying them out and then mass producing Call of Duty. Because they didn't take anything from those games. They just shut them down because their games are doing better than like Big Red 1 and shit like that.
Yeah.
So they shut them down and then started making Call of Duty games more, and then no one heard about Ghost Recon anymore.
That is sadly, that's normally just what happens.
And Ghost Recon had an amazing like storyline, the way you could do it. It was mainly like hostage rescue, but if you didn't get to one certain like hostage point on the map at a certain time, then on the other side of the map, they're going to move the hostages to an entirely different location. And now your 15-minute mission just went from 15 minutes to a whole hour because now you have to traverse the whole map because it's not going to tell you where they took them.
That's how they should do it. Call of Duty.
I mean, see, the problem with that is the player base of Call of Duty. Let's be realistic here. Most of these people that play Call of Duty, if they were to actually be put in a tactical situation inside a game, they would falter.
Yeah, that's why I don't play Rainbow.
But like me personally, I loved Ghost Recon. I loved all of them. Like are all fantastic games. Still are fantastic games.
Yeah.
But I wish their multiplayer would have kicked off a little bit more, because they had a great multiplayer system as well. Like, it was actually like stupid tactical. It was like actual like military style tactics.
Nice.
I was like, that's actually pretty dope. And
It's sad that X Defiant shut down.
that's what I was saying too. That was a good game too.
Yeah.
That game had a lot of promise to itself.
Yeah. But Ubisoft wanted to shut it down, and they did. Because Ubisoft is going bankrupt.
Yeah, they are. Because they're doing the same shit that Call of Duty is, man. They're releasing a new Assassin's Creed. It feels like every year.
Yep.
It's like every year we get a new Assassin's Creed. I'm just like, cool. Because what we got? Well, that's a whole nother topic for a whole nother thing.
Yeah.
That's like its own topic in its own right.
Back on to COD, I do wish that they would actually use realistic modeling for like vehicles and that, because when you're getting told to take down a helicopter with like an RPG or something, if you hit the helicopter in the cockpit with an RPG, it should go down in one hit because you've dealt with the crew. It should. Because you've dealt with the crew due to the overpressure from the RPG.
Makes sense.
But in COD, it takes like 5-6 rockets sometimes to take down a helicopter. Take, for instance, with Warzone. How many shots does it take to take down a helicopter?
I can launch 2 fucking rockets at that bitch. Unload like 2 mags of an LMG.
It shouldn't take that much.
And in hindsight, if I'm firing a 50 cal machine gun at a fucking helicopter and I'm hitting the rotors, at some point it's gonna go through the rotors.
If you look at the damage models for Warzone or even in the campaigns for any of the vehicles in there, it's just one set box. There's no like modules on it that you can disable, so it's not like you can disable the engine on it individually. It's just one set hitbox, like the same with the characters.
Yeah, that's kind of stupid.
Whereas if you look at other games, like take Enlisted, for instance, with the tanks, you shoot the back of that tank with a Panzerfaust, you are disabling the engine and more than likely taking out a track. Like, if you shoot a truck that's coming in, like on Hell Let Loose, if you shoot the tyre will pop and you'll have to go out there and repair it. But you're using vehicles in a war scenario, but you're not actually adding in the part of it which can mean life or death. Because if you're a team operating like an APC, you're going to have a mechanic on board. You're going to have to put that person out in the environment when you get damaged. Same with a helicopter. You're going to have to land that to repair it or swore it off as 2 damage to repair.
Yeah.
And think about it that way. That's actually a good way to look at it.
Yeah, it's a fantastic way to look at it.
No, for real. Because I don't know, I feel like this game definitely makes me sometimes question why I bother playing it. Because I'm just like, sweet, I could put that many bullets into your skull. By the way, in your skull. I don't care what kind of armor you have on. If you get hit with a sniper round to the face while falling, you're gonna go down. Like, I literally sniped someone halfway across the map when he was running. I hit him straight in the head, and I was like, you should go down. Nope. I got a plate crack. I was like, are you kidding me? You got shot in the face.
Plates don't even come into effect if you're hit in the head. The plate carrier is literally on the body, and you see the animation of them putting it in the plate carrier on the body. Which, that isn't realistic either. Realistically, if your plates get cracked, you're not just going to be putting new plates in there. You're going to have to take the plate carrier off, empty out the broken plates, to then be able to put new plates in.
Yeah. It's because it's an arcade shooter.
They can't even acclaim for themselves to be in the Milsim area.
Yeah, no.
This is why I play Gray Zone Warfare, Squad, Arma, Ready or Not, Body Cam. Like, those are real milsim games.
Yeah, they are.
Like 7 Days in Fallujah, I've played that. That's a real milsim game. Like in Gray Zone Warfare, if you break a bone, you actually have to put a splint on. If you get a bullet wound, you actually have to suture it shut. Like you can't get that in COD.
No.
I'll be honest though, I do enjoy Warzone. I do.
I
See,
used to
Warzone
enjoy
was
one.
fun until I got introduced to what an actual extraction shooter was.
That's fair.
Like Escape from Tarkov?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or like
Appar-
once a human,
That was fun.
Delta Squad.
It's also fun.
Yeah, just like actual extraction shooters. Like
Apparently DMZ
PUBG could
is
even be
coming
one.
back. Yeah, PUBG could be one.
I hope DMZ doesn't come back.
Apparently it might be coming back due to the leaks that are coming out of Modern Warfare 4. DMZ 2.0.
So that's another thing they're going to screw up even further.
Yeah, pretty much.
First off, when did I have to like pay $100 for a skin just to try and pull it? When the fuck did that happen?
Thing with the skins and that, I do feel like whenever someone actually buys a blueprinted weapon and then you copy that blueprint onto your own gun that you do not have the blueprint on,
Never.
you can tell the difference between the damage.
Pay to
Like,
win.
I
Yeah,
remember when
it's pay to win.
I do remember when me and Scythe were running MW3 and he gave me his build that he had on his blueprinted gun, and it wasn't the original build. It's just the fact that it was on the blueprinted gun. I copied it down to a T, and literally it has taken me about 2 more bullets to kill someone in comparison.
Yeah, I noticed that too.
Pay to win, man. That's what it all boils down to. Like, that's what Call of Duty's becoming. Call of Duty is well, because not only that, even like how we were talking about earlier, or how someone stated earlier, when you buy more shit in the game, they put you in easier lobbies so you can promote it.
Yeah.
Like,
It's just ridiculous, honestly.
I mean, this game all around is pay to win. I mean, if you're not dropping money into this game, you're gonna get matched up in all those sweaty lobbies with everybody else who doesn't buy anything.
Yeah, because of SBMM. Apparently SBMM is going to be even more stricter in Black Ops 7.
So what is it gonna be? If I don't buy anything, I won't be able to play. Period.
Probably.
Wouldn't surprise me. If you get the game off Game Pass, you can't even go into multiplayer. You only have campaign access or something like that.
God fucking lord.
I'm not even going to play the campaign of BO7. I'm going to give it a try, like the multiplayer.
I mean, I will not reinstall COD. I refuse to.
Play Warzone with me, bud, so you can come get clips. Yeah.
For one,
Yeah, what's up?
I do not have the storage space for about 100 gig. And 2, I don't really want to be running their servers off my PC.
Yeah. Their servers are dog shit.
It's because they run on a cloud web. So the
Yeah.
reason why the game is so big is because you are running a portion of the server that you are occupying off of your device. That's why even if you have enough spec for the game, you'll notice compared to other games that require the same spec, COD is using more. And it's a massive network drainer as well.
Yeah.
Like, all you're doing when you're connecting to their server is you are basically saying, look, I've allocated my portion of my machine to run on your server.
I didn't even know that, but that's
And that's been around since Cold War.
wow.
But it's
Fortnite kind of like, I don't know why, but Fortnite kind of ruined gaming in the sense of microtransactions. That's why COD copied them.
what ruined it originally was in Oblivion with the horse armor. If that never came out, we wouldn't have microtransactions like we do today.
Yeah, that too, true.
Forgot about Oblivion and that fucking horse armor, man.
Yeah.
Forgot about that.
It's just companies getting greedy, honestly, and falling into the trap of instead of caring about their player base, that are the people paying for their games to being like, oh yeah, you're just gonna buy it because it's
Right, because it's us.
Yeah.
That's just how they are. They'll literally buy it just because it's like, yeah, well, you'll buy it because it's us. And it's like, what if I don't want to buy it because it's you?
It's the same with Nintendo though.
Oh, they're even worse.
Oh, they've gotten a hell of a lot worse. Like with Game Freak with Pokemon, £90 for the next Pokemon iteration.
Oh no,
I'm
Holy-
sorry.
I saw,
No,
but
I ain't paying that.
guys, that's a whole different show too, man. Because Nintendo's fallen too. I don't care what anyone has to say about it. Nintendo's fallen.
They
All
have.
consoles have fallen.
Yeah.
Let's be real here. It's cheaper
Consoles.
nowadays to go out and get yourself a budget PC than it is to buy a new console.
Yeah.
Yeah, it really is.
Because you could get yourself a PC with a 30 series in it, a decent enough processor, fair amount of RAM, for about the price of a console. If not even a low-grade 40 series for that sort of price.
That's correct.
I don't know about you, but I'd rather have a PC over a Xbox or a PlayStation any day.
Always.
I would love to get a PC, but I'm broke.
It's one of them, then.
But let me tell you, I think the thing that killed Call of Duty, and this is gonna be roughly probably about the final topic because I really want to talk about this one. Was Activision first off acquiring everything?
You mean Microsoft?
Microsoft and Activision both acquiring everything.
Yeah.
And then Raven not even Raven, man, just like the complete and utter eclipse of Ghost is what destroyed the franchise. Like that really is what destroyed the franchise, was the complete eclipse of Ghost. A game
Yeah.
that everyone
Like
fell in love with.
Ghosts really deserved a second game.
It did.
It really did.
I mean, they eclipsed over it, but they've remastered it. That's what I don't understand. If you still know the game exists and you still know the game's campaign has a massive cliffhanger, make a second one.
You need to.
I want
need
to see
to.
what happened.
Yeah,
I
me
need to
too.
know. I need to know how the Extraction story ends, man.
That,
Yeah.
and I also need to know what happened to the main character in the campaign.
Right?
When he got
Plus,
dragged
dude, having
off.
the dog. Oh, dude, having that dog was awesome.
Yeah,
Riley
that dog was awesome.
Such a legend.
For real.
Yeah.
Riley definitely was the MVP of that campaign. Just when you were running over things, not seeing an enemy, and you just hear Riley ragging him about. I'm just like,
Just
okay, yeah, there was
dragging
an enemy
him
there.
out. Just like, thank you, saved my
Or
life.
you're about to get killed, and you just see Riley just bolt at them.
But let me tell you, it has been awesome getting all the boys in here together to talk about this, because I have definitely heard a lot of very...
Yeah, I could go on and on about Call of Duty and how shitty it is.
Oh, we're going to bring back a part 2. We should definitely bring back a part 2, because I'm sure there's going to be more bullshit to talk about here in a little bit. Hell, you could play the game every day and have a whole new video every day about the new dumb shit that's in Call of Duty.
Yeah.
Honestly, you could do a daily show on the dumb shit in Call of Duty. You could time it out. 3 p.m. Whatever day you want. You'll see some shit. Like, you see some dumb shit happening. It just doesn't make sense.
No, it doesn't.
It doesn't.
Activision just wants more and more money. I'm glad Bobby Kotick is not CEO of Activision anymore. That made me happy a little bit.
But we're going to do the rounds of goodbyes. Whoever wants to start us off. I don't think Blackie Chan's here, so... Awesome.
Anybody?
Guys. I love silence.
Yeah.
I love silence. Well, you know what? This is how this is going to go down. Clearly, we are all rusty now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It has been a while.
It has been a while, which I'm hoping to change. because I need to get back to fucking producing shows. I miss doing it.
Thanks for having me
Wow.
on.
Dude, thanks for giving us a great topic, man.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Like, this was a great topic, and don't worry, I'm gonna send you the VOD to this as well, so you can post it too.
Okay, perfect.
I'm looking forward to coming on more of these.
Yeah, it was nice meeting you, Firey.
Nice meeting you as well.
See, that's all this is about. It's about bringing gamers together, people. But we're not gonna talk about that. We're gonna turn it over to Scythe. Scythe, say your goodbyes. In here, he's dead too. I guess.
Yeah. He's gone.
He's gone. Clearly, he's probably dealing with his kids. Elk, say your goodbyes if you're even here. He ain't here either. He's probably dealing with his kids as well. His kid. Not kids. Kid. So,
Alright, goodbye.
Savage, say goodbye.
So, thanks.
Thanks for having me.
I'll pop around at some point.
Hell yeah. Alright, everyone. This has been the Cabana Show, and it has been definitely a train wreck, kind of, because we are so out of practice. But that's what makes it good. That's what makes it fun. That's just what makes it fun.
We out.